Hey, Shalom. Shalom, Shalom. Call all Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashim Rakakadash. And of course, double honors once again to the apostles of Great Millstone, all right, who taught us his truth through the Spirit and who rule well, all right. This is Nama with the DC camp. And hey, Jake, what can you say about Jake? You know, still caught up in this world. And in the meantime, all these prophecies are kicking off. And Jake is so concerned still with making money. The sad part about that is this money, as we know it, is about to be obsolete. But Jake can't see that because why? He's too busy trying to imitate or emulate his God, more or less, all right, which is the nation of Edom, the so-called white man. A lot of our people still, what? They want to go to college, get their degree, get that big job, um, steady kissing the white man's ass because, like I said, that's his God. In the meantime, you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. All right? So many things. And to see a lot of Jakes when this goes down, like jumping through their own a-hole, more or less out of confusion. All right? And a lot of people, it's going to be, like in the time of, like the scripture said, in the time of Noah, well, what happened? He prophesied and prophesied and prophesied for 100 years or better, and everybody thought he was nut job. And, well, as it turned out, he was right. So they all tried to rush and get in that ark, and we know that the Lord sealed that. All right. So the same thing's gonna happen. All right. Everybody's gonna wait for who were those guys that were out there on the street corners? What was that? The Most High's name? What was it? What was the Lord's name? In the meantime, these social media. I just saw something come down the pike about these people that plotted to kidnap the governor of Michigan. Right now, they're trying to make it out well because they said they used Facebook to communicate with each other. So you know where that's going. All right. So now social media is to blame, and that's just an end around to get to us. All right. Other things are going on, like trying to tie us into Black Lives Matter and all this. All these things are going on around, and a lot of our people are still what preoccupied with looking at these entertainers and athletes and still looking up to be with them. This is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 4. It says, labor not to be rich. Cease from thine own wisdom. All right? Thine own wisdom. And that's the key. They don't seek for the Most High Yahweh. All right, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. All right, this is another one. Let's go to, whoops. And that's how you know that these people ain't got nothing coming. This is, because like I said, trying to emulate or imitate these Edomites out here. This is Psalms chapter 10, verse 4, all right? Actually, I'll start at the top. It says, why standest thou far off, O Most High Yahweh? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? All right, because sometimes we feel like this, It says, the wicked in his pride, we know who the wicked is. Malachi, first chapter, verses 1 through 4. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. All right? For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Most High Yahweh abhorreth. This whole thing is the way this system is set up. It feeds off of, what is capitalism when you really look at it. All right? All this is engineered to create wealth for the rich, for the elite. So it is, they always complain about socialism on the bottom rung, Joe Sixpack and all those, they feed into that when capitalism is just socialism for the rich. You hear these idiots down here on the lower levels, all right, well, we don't want anything socialism. Why? Because you got to remember, in those instances where these Edomites came after us, they lynched us, all these things with Jim Crow, who stepped in? It was the government. So these are these codes that they send to each other. We don't want big government, all right? And that's just code for, we don't want to, when we come down, we want to be able to do whatever we do. This thing with BLM now, you see a lot of resistance about that because so many of us, because of modern technology, all right, all these incidents, what we've been saying for decades, we've been getting the shaft, we've been getting the wrong end of the stick, so to speak, when it comes to dealing with law enforcement. Nobody believed us until now. Now, in order to head things off and to control the narrative once again, who are the people out there marching? It's Edomites. You gotta understand, they learned their lesson from the 60s, all right? Because with all those marches and everything, and we showed to the world how we were being treated, all right? So they want to head it off at the pass, for lack of a better expression, all right? Again, controlling the narrative. And this is, we all know the BLM is, all right, a disguise really for that LGBT crap, all right? It's all a smoke screen. All right, let's see where I leave off. Verse 4, it says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. And they don't. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. Money, 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 money. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. This American Edomite, his pride exceeds his fellow Edomites. All right? And everybody hates the American Edomite. It's not hard to see this culminating in Revelation 17 and 16, all right? About them hating the whore and lighting it up with nukes, all right? It says, he hath said in verse 6, it said, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity, all right? His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And that's how he operates. That's why it says in, let me get it. Let's see, Sirach. Oops. That's why it says here, this is the reason why what's coming down the pike is coming. This is Sirach 10 and 8. It says, because of unrighteous dealings, well, let me start at 7. It says, pride is hateful before the Most High, and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. And who's more prideful than Esau Edom? It says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, all right, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. All right, so it's not like he's not deserving of what's coming down the pike. Oh boy, I can't wait. All right, this is going into Proverbs now. Actually, yeah, Proverbs, let's see, 28. All right, let's see, this is Proverbs chapter 28 and verse 20. It says, a faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. Again, because of the things you have to do. Remember 1 Timothy 6 chapter, where it says the love of money, not money in and of itself, the love of it, all right, causes our people to go off. All right, let's get that word real quick. To emulate As a verb, it says match or surpass a person or achievement, typically by imitation. All right. Um, let's see. Synonyms: mimic, mirror, echo, follow. And a lot of our people got their, you know, heads up these Edomites' ass. Let's see. Let's see. Parrot. All right. Yeah, you get the picture. All right, and that's Jake. All right. Let's see. Yeah, verse 21. To have respect of persons is not good. For a piece of bread, that man will transgress. That's why in the Apocrypha it tells you, well, verse 22, it says, he that hasteneth to be rich hath an evil eye, and considereth not that poverty shall come upon him. All right? Again, always trying to be like your oppressor. Scripture says, envy not thine. Let me get it. Let's see. Where's that? Let's see. Whoops. Let's see. Here it is. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. All right? A lot of our people are just gone. Gone. It's so envious, all right, of the oppressor. See, this is why, because you can't absolve Jake, you know, hey, our people are wicked. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 12. It says, for I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just. They take a bribe, and they turn aside the poor and the gate from their right. All right. Let's see. Let's go to, whoops. Let's go to Luke. I personally cannot wait. I mean, these politicians, all Jake's thinking about now, certain Jake, is voting. You're looking for a person that's been putting foot up your behind for centuries to actually turn around and have your best interests at heart. It's not going to work that way. It never has, and it never will. They are masters at manipulating our people, certain of our people. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 21. So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and is not rich toward the Most High. And you're going to find out, all right, for those that fan the hand, and you know those guys are crazy. If you're paying attention, you know it's not that many scoffers like it used to be now. You got those that vocab Malone, you know, that wicked Pied Piper that he is. You know, we got people, Jake's following him. All right, and it may be that the Most High opened their minds that, you know, the very last second, and not to save them, but to let them know that, hey, they fucked up. All right, the Most High is cold like that. This is Psalms. Let's see, 119. That's why he's known as the King of Terrors. Al-Shajah. This is Psalms chapter 119, verse 36. Incline my heart unto thy testimonies, and not to covetousness. All right. Again, what are these Edomites known for? To being covetous. They want everything. All right. They don't want you to have nothing. And it's going to be more apparent now because he's cutting off resources. All right, because he's going to. What do you think Revelation 13:16 means when it says he shall cause all, both small and great, rich and poor? How's he going to do that? How is he going to compel? How is he going to make you do this? Think about that. This is going to be James to and 5 says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, halt not, hath not the Most High chosen the poor of this world, rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him." You're going to find out that all that stuff that you work so hard to get on a material level ain't going to save you. It's all kinds of scriptures. James, I'm in the book of James, James 5th chapter. All right, all this, it tells you from the top, all that's cankered, and it's not going to mean nothing. Not a thing. All right. Let's see. Because he already thought about all that. You've got executive orders that give him, all right, carte blanche to take all your stuff. All right. Just start at executive orders from 11,000 and just go on up. It's easy to do. A lot of you gonna like, hey, we tried to tell you. It says 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 31, "Whether therefore ye eat or drink or whatsoever ye do, do all to the glory of the Most High Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai." All right. So that's gonna be that on that. I just wanted to make that. Hopefully I didn't go over too much. All right, but again, there's a reason we're doing what we're doing, because number one, we fear the Most High. All right. So with that, call hello Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakodash, and again, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who through the Spirit taught all of this truth, all right, and continue to do so with humility. All right. So with that, shalom.